for the head part of the hooded scarf, what I did is that I casted on my stitches with a long tail cast on, and very, very softly. So you do your long tail cast on, but make a separation between your two stitches, between each stitch, so that they're nice and soft. So like that, you cast on, put your finger there so that they don't get two together, and then when you have enough, just pass them through and cast on some more. And so like that, you cast on your 38 stitches, the same as the bottom part. So I have 38 at the bottom, and I have 38 for the head part. And for the head part, I casted on my stitches like I showed you with the long tail cast on. And this is the way I am binding off. So let me get my other needle. And the way I am binding off is also very softly and with thicker needles, just one size thicker needles. So like that, they're nice and soft. So no difficult thing, is just knit one, knit the other after you knit the fourth row. So you're going to end up with the right side toward you and bind off. Knit another one and bind off, and very softly also. One size bigger needle. So these I knitted with size 9, and I'm binding off with a size 10. So bind off, and I will see you when I finish this. So I forgot to tell you that the head part and the neck part are both the same width and the same length. Okay, so now you want to, once you sew this, you're going to take one side, and make sure that you have the two sides looking up. So from where you have your seam on the neck part, you're going to pass your yarn through there and make a little knot. So let's go and do that. Okay. And it doesn't have to, just leave a tail so you can weave it in later. And then you go and find the very edge of this part. So there. Okay, so now on this side I'm going to go like from one knot to the other, right there. And on this part I am going to skip a V and go to the next. So I go from knot to knot on this part, and I go and skip a V and the next one. Now here I go from knot to knot. I know it looks, you know, like, whoa, huge stitches, but it's going to be okay. So now on this part I skip a knot, a V, and I go to the next. So let me put this a little bit closer. On this side you go from that knot to the next, and on this side this is where I came out, so I am going to skip that piece and I'll go to the next. So here from knot to knot, and here I go to the second part, that's one, and that's the second one, and go all the way to until you reach the end of here. So I finished sewing the bottom of the long part with the neck, and then I'm going to turn this. I will turn this and fold the head part, get my yarn in here because I left a long tail in order to be able to sew with it. And you're going to start sewing this part, and we'll take care of the seam in the head part later, but right now we want to sew this side to the neck part. So we go and bind that first knot and pass your yarn through, and then pick up the second V on that part and go from one knot to the other. So you do the same thing. You go and find your second V, which is right there, and go from knot to knot. And you keep going until you have the other side sewed, like right there. And I'll see you when I finish this side. So once you're satisfied with the way it looks, you can weave in the ends. Just go into the inside of the work and pass your yarn through, and you can even go and pick up a piece of it sewn, make a little knot there, and weave a little more, and there we go. So weave in all the ends, and so this is the way it's looking. Let me see if you can see this. So this is the way it looks. This is going to be where your face is. This is going to be the part that goes over your head, and we're going to be sewing part of the back. So we're going to be sewing this part because this is where your face is going to go. So right there is where your face is going to go, and we need to sew the back of it. And let's do that. So pick up your yarn, and we make a little knot here, or just pick up whatever strand there's there, because you can make a knot with whatever is there already. So if this is my yarn, I'll make a little knot with there, and like that I can weave them later. Okay, let's put all that toward the inside and put my working yarn out. So from here I'm going to go from that first knot to the next. Let's see, okay. And from that knot to the next. So you're going from knot to knot, and I know they're very separated, and they're, you can go into the middle of it if you wish. Let's do that. So like that it's more secure, but it's not necessary. So from the middle to the knot, and from the middle to the knot, and then from the knot to the middle, from the knot to the middle, and from the middle to the knot. So it's really very easy. And do that until you reach that part there, because you want that part there closed. And there you have it. You can leave it like this, or you can block it. So you can wet it and take the excess water with a towel, you know, like, and then let it dry flat so that this doesn't roll. But I don't mind if it rolls, so I am just going to leave it the way it is. Some people do mind, so they can block it. So I'll take some pictures, and thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe and share us with your friends and like our page. And thank you.